Hey guys, so today I'm going to show you how to make this slouchy beanie. Let's begin. Actually, let's not begin. Let me show you what it looks like. It's cute, comfortable. Okay, now we can begin. We're going to start off with 315 yards of 4-ply yarn and some scissors and a size G crochet hook along with a weaving needle and 2 cardboard squares that we can use to make our puff. Okay, so we're going to use a slip knot to begin, and we're going to wrap the yarn around my fingers and pull the longer side that's connected to the skein through the loop, like so. Next, I'm going to chain 74. I'm going to tighten my loop, insert my hook, and yarn over with the side of the yarn that is connected to the ball of yarn. I can't express how important that is. Again, I'm yarning over and pulling through, yarning over and pulling through until I have 74. And it should look a little something like this when I'm done. Next, we can move on to row 1, where we're going to double crochet into the 4th chain from the hook. I found my 4th chain, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to yarn over, insert my hook, pull through a loop. Now I have 3 on my hook. I'm going to yarn over again, pull through 2. Now I have 2. And I'm going to yarn over again and pull through another 2. For this row, I'm going to continue to double crochet in every stitch across until I have 72 double crochets total. So again, you see I yarn over, pull through 2, and then I'm pulling through another 2. Every stitch, guys, every stitch. Make sure you don't skip any stitches because this is really critical. And I will see you at the end of the row. Okay, so I finished my row of double crochets, and that's what it looks like. I'm going to chain 2 and turn my work. And then we're going to move on to row 2, where I'm going to alternate between front post and back post double crochet. Now, for a little terminology, this little post is called a post, obviously. Okay, so if I were to front post double crochet, I would be inserting my hook into the front of my work, like so, and this is called a front post. Now, if I were to insert my hook into the back of my work, like this, this would be called a back post. So, ultimately, for row 2, we are going to be alternating between front post and back post double crochet. Now, you want to make sure that you don't post in the outside post. You want to post into the second one right here that I'm trying to show you. Okay, so I yarn over like I did, and I'm doing a front post. So I'm inserting from the front. I'm going under and over. Then I yarn over again and pull through. I have 3 loops on my hook. Yarn over, pull through 2. Now I have 2 loops. And again, I'm going to yarn over and pull through another 2. And that completes my first front post. For my back post, I'm going to find the next post, yarn over, insert from the back of my work, over and under, and then I'm going to pull through, and I have 3 loops on my hook. Yarn over again, whoops, and pull through 2, and yarn over again, and pull through another 2. Remember, for this row you are alternating, so my next one is going to be a front post. As you can see, I'm doing the same exact thing that I did in my first front post. I'm yarning over, going in, yarning over again, pulling through, yarning over, pulling through 2, and yarning over again and pulling through another 2. Don't be afraid to rewind, guys. You know, pause the video, do whatever you need. As you can see, I'm moving on to my next back post. So I yarn over, pull through 1, yarn over, pull through 2, and yarn over, pull through another 2. And for this row, again, to reiterate, I am alternating between front post and back post double crochet. See you soon. as you can see here, I'm finishing up with my row, and for the last post, you're going to simply half double crochet into the space. So I'm finding that last space right there, I don't know if you can see it, and I'm gonna simply yarn over, insert my hook into that space, pull through a loop, and at this point I have 3 loops on my hook, and I'm going to yarn over and I'm going to pull through all 3 of those loops. Next, this is just what the row looks like. It's starting to create this kind of ribbed pattern, if you might add. I'm going to just chain 3 and then I'm going to turn. On to row 3, where we are going to complete another row of double crochets. So I'm going to double crochet again into the 4th chain from the hook. Found my 4th chain, I yarn over, have 3 on my hook, pull through 2, and pull through another 2. Okay, I'm simply double crocheting. Let's get this focused here. Again, I'm going to yarn over, insert my hook, pull through 1, pull through 2, and pull through another 2. And I'm doing this for the entire row. If I might add, make sure you do not forget your last double crochet. Please, please don't forget that last double crochet. Okay, so now that I'm done, this is what my row looks like. And I'm just going to chain 2 and turn again. On to row 4. For this one, I'm again going to be alternating between front post and back post. So I yarn over, insert through the front, yarn over again, and then I'm going to pull through 2 and pull through another 2. Like the first row, my next post is going to be a back post double crochet, and I'm going to insert through the back and pull through 2 and pull through another 2. So if you have a front post in your first set of front post and back post, you want to do a front post in this row, and if you have a back post, then you're going to do a back post. Okay, so this is what it starts to look like, and again I'm going to half double crochet into the last space. So again, I'm yarning over, pulling through, and then I'm going to pull through all 3. Next, we're just going to chain 3 and turn. So the brim of the hat is complete, and we're going to move on to our first row of puff stitches. So I'm going to insert my hook into the 5th chain from the hook. As you can see, I'm yarning over, pulling through, and now I have 3 loops on my hook. I'm going to yarn over again, pull through another loop, and I'm going to have 5 loops on my hook. Okay? Next, I'm going to yarn over again, go into that same exact chain, pull through another loop, and I have 7 loops on my hook. Classy, right? I know. Okay, afterwards, I'm going to yarn over and pull through all of those loops. After I've finished pulling through all of my loops, I'm just going to chain 1. And since this is considered as adding a chain, so since we just chained 1, we're going to skip the next chain below. So we're skipping that chain right there, and we're going to insert our hook into the chain after it. So I'm going to do another puff stitch in this hook. As you can see, I've already yarned over and pulled through. I had 3 loops on my hook. Again, I yarn over, pull through, and I have 5 loops on my hook. Again, yarn over, enter your hook into that exact same chain, and pull through 7 loops on my hook. Then I'm going to pull through all of these. Remember, for each puff stitch, we're going to have 7 loops on our hook. And afterwards, since I'm struggling, do you see that? Afterwards, when you chain 1, you're skipping the next chain below. You are not doing a puff stitch in every chain, instead every other chain. So as you can see, I've reached the end of my row, but I have 3 left. So if I were to insert it in that chain, that would not work out well. So I'm going to skip the next 2. It's okay, guys. You want to have a total of about 35, 34, 36 puff stitches. And I know I'm so not specific, but everyone makes mistakes. So I'm pulling through all 7. And at the end of my row, I'm just going to chain 3 and turn. Next, we can move on to our second row of puff stitches. I can't sing, so that could have gone terribly bad. Anyways, I'm inserting my puff stitches into these spaces now. So as you can see, I'm going a bit fast, I apologize, but I'm doing a puff stitches in the space. Again, so I chain 1 and I yarn over, and I'm inserting my puff stitches into the spaces now. We are not working with chains anymore. Thank God, because they're annoying. So I'm pulling through. Okay, I chain 1 and I'm inserting it into the space, guys, into the space. Again, 7 loops on my hook, pulling through all 7, or at least trying to, as you can see here. And yeah, every single space across, guys, and I'll see you at the end. Okay, so I'm at the end. My last space, as pretty as it is. And I'm pulling through, and I'm chaining 1. And then you don't want to forget that last space. That chain 3 is so important, guys. So you're just gonna do your last puff stitch in that space. Okay, so when you're done with your chain 1, you're going to chain an extra 3, and then you're going to turn. And next we're going to move on to rows 3 to about 18, actually. 3 to 18 rows of puff stitches. We're going to puff stitch in every space across for a total of 35 puff stitches. Some key things to remember: chain 3 at the end of each row. The chain 3 counts as a space, so please don't forget to puff stitch into that space. A complete puff stitches have 7 loops on the hook. You can do 9 or 11 loops for a thicker puff. And lastly, take your time. Unlike me, you want to take your time. You want to make this look as beautiful as possible because it is your work. Okay? Yay! See you at the end. Okay, so I'm at the end and I'm just going to chain 1 and grab my scissors, my dirty scissors, and cut about 20 inches off, okay? And as you can see, I'm pulling through. Next, you just want to wait for part 2 where we're gonna weave, we're gonna add the puff, and we're gonna make this look cute. Thanks for watching.